Howdy and welcome back to the Morning Brew. It's Larry Aarons with Amber Hendren. Hi, Amber.
Hey, Larry. How are you?
You working out some back issues over
yes,
here with Tait?
I'm just suffering like crazy with my back today. And we have a young man here with a really great new device to help relieve pain.
I want you to meet Tait Yoder. Tait is a licensed massage therapist, an expert in healing soft tissue, and creator of something called STARwrap. And it's great to meet you, Tait. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
We love entrepreneurs here on the Morning Brew.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's great. You guys do good
Now,
support.
you presented this at Startup BBQ.
Yes. Yeah, they had me in, and we had a very good. The attendance was there, and so we got to speak about what it is and how we came up with it. So it's STAR is an acronym for soft tissue active release. So, active release, you put pressure on your muscle, you bend and flex, and that's kind of what my work does. So if I'm working on Amber's low back, I'd get in there and try to treat it, but then, you go back to the lifestyle and some of the things that cause the pain in the first place, and you would need more support to kind of get it. So it's sort of like I could give you this, teach you how to use it, and it's a massage therapist in a bag, essentially. So,
wow. How does it work, Tait?
So the idea is, I'll just demonstrate on myself. So if I had, I'm a sports therapist, so I do a lot of work with my hands. So I teach clients. It's amazing that a lot of our arthritises and our joint pain comes from the muscles and tension in the muscles. So we're trying to treat and get those muscles healthier. And so if you can apply a consistent force, that's what the research says is most effective for getting a muscle to adapt and to soften, is consistent pressure. So now as I go about my work, it goes to, STARwrap works for me. So as I move, I move whatever, if I'm dealing with a knee pain, as I activate that muscle under this focal compression, the tissue opens up, the blood flow comes into the muscle. As the blood comes in, the muscle can soften.
It's incredible.
Now, you put that on your arm there, and it's a pointed. Can you show us that thing that
Sure, yeah.
doing
So
all the
there's,
work?
I call them activators. We went through
That's a good name for it.
We went through a bunch of
But it's a.
Yeah, so it's,
and that comes off.
Yeah, so they're Velcro attached, and you have 3 different shapes. So, for clients who maybe don't want too much intensity, we start with a more general applicator. And that's, I kind of think of it like a scope on a rifle, so you're zeroing in on the muscle bundle. This is when you put it across the actual muscle fibers, and you chase the pain up and down the arm, just kind of up and down. And then you zero in. This is the most precise activator. And that's
the targeted
This
one.
is the targeted one. This will get right into the trigger points and adhesions. And pretty much eliminate the pain.
Wow.
Without drugs, without shots.
Without any of that.
Prolo, painful
pain, yeah.
Interesting.
Let me see this one.
Sure.
So, people you've tried this on, what kind of success are you having?
Yeah, so we're having, I put some of the athletes I'm working with at Elevate. So like Cowboy Cerrone, he's got a fight coming up. I know you guys had Carlos on. Condit. So I work with Carlos. He's got a kit. So, it's immediate. So they've have something from their training. Their leg is bothering them. They put it on, and it allows them with that increased specific pressure to continue working, continue training.
There's a Cowboy right there.
Yeah, there is.
Is he an MMA guy?
He's an MMA guy, yeah.
Those guys are getting hurt all the time.
Yeah, but they're amazing. This is Roy Lassiter. He was on the U.S. national team. He came in town for that Legends soccer game. So I went up and worked with Roy. He had a hamstring issue going on, and he played. He played the whole game, and coming. So it's it doesn't take much if you can catch an injury early to get enough blood flow in there to get it out of that injured, it's called adaptive shortening, but get it out of that injured state and back to a healthy state. So it's an ounce of prevention worth a pound of treatment sort of idea, So.
And these are professionals. These are guys that can't be I mean, they do get injured, but they can't quit their
That's
job
their
because of
life.
pain and chronic pain.
That's their life. That's their, you know, that's
Their
what
livelihood.
their livelihood, right?
So let's talk about this as a company. Where are you going with this?
So we've got a certification for health and wellness professionals. So physical therapists, chiropractors, athletic trainers. They're required to have CEs, continuing education credits. So we have a certification where we are right now going out into Albuquerque and looking for as many professionals to instruct, teach how to use this with their clients. So that's one channel that we're looking at. We're wanting to get in with, you know, as many professional sports organizations, teams, professional athletes. We're presenting, you know, we're at La Cueva High School, so we're presenting to athletic trainers, and there's, you know, getting in front of large organizations, you know, is kind of the top-down, bottom-up approach. We're on Amazon, so it's $99 for a kit, and
Great.
you know, we work. We're just trying to build partnerships right now and get the word out there with as many professionals, teaching them how to use it, and just get some exposure.
I would imagine testimonials are very, very powerful.
They're fantastic so people don't think it's a gimmick, you know, they don't think
Right.
it's just another little tool on the market that,
Right.
you know, this comes out of the trenches as a sport. I've been doing this work for 17 years, so, you know, it's something that works. Testimonies are key, you know, you get somebody to speak about it and how they used it. Instead of me just saying this works, you know, it helps tremendously.
Especially pro athletes.
Yeah,
You
right.
know.
Because they're not, you know, they know what works, and they're not going to endorse something if they need it to work, you know. So
Sure they do.
Does it seem like there's more and more injuries among young people?
yeah. So what I've noticed with the clients I'm seeing regularly, a lot with this year-round training, right? So the soccer players, the gymnasts, the swimmers. They don't have a down season. They go from fall, depending on the age, you know, maybe high school, then they go into club, or they've got club year-round. So it's, you know, when I played soccer, it was, you know, 2 days a week in the spring, but it's 5 days a week, training, games, tournaments. So the intensity that high school athletes and younger athletes, it's just more and more competitive these days. And we're seeing just a consistent increase in injuries, knee, hip, ankle injuries with younger athletes. They're just putting their bodies at such high demand, and you know, my mission really is to try to have them focus more on recovery. I'm going to go present to a volleyball club organization and a gymnastics organization as well, and just get them thinking about recovery and with a little more focus than currently, which is probably, you know, 10% perhaps or less of how much time is being spent towards, you know, the foam rolling, the tennis, any kind of the stretching routines, anything that's going to really help muscles get back to a soft and supple state and reduce that risk of injury. So, yeah, the high school athletes are, yeah, we're seeing just a lot of ACLs, and, you know, for a high school athlete to have an ACL tear is really kind of unheard of. That's like an advanced, you know, injury once you're a little bit older. So,
Yeah, you get that from skiing bumps for 20 years.
right,
You don't get it when you're 16.
Not when you're 16, just playing a sport. You know, just playing, you know, a normal.
Well,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
Well, Tait, this is,
STARwrap.
I think you're onto something, and
Definitely.
you hope to grow this to a large enterprise.
I would love to have this kind of revolutionize the pain industry. You know, I feel that the muscles are one of the areas of the body that seem to be overlooked a little bit, you know, when it comes to what's causing pain. So if you go to depending on the physical therapist, some physical therapists put their hands on the clients, but some don't. So if you're not putting your hands on the muscles and figuring out what's going on, and I've talked with clients who've had pain for 20 years and have never had anybody touch their area, you know, touch their muscles. So
Wow, it's a great testimony.
Interesting.
yeah.
Tait, great. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes,
Thank you, guys.
congratulations.
We want to see you do really well.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, you guys.
Tait
Perfect,
Yoder,
thank you.
everybody, with STARwrap, another entrepreneur.
That'll be my belt for tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yes.
you need one.
I can make it work.
I think you could. We'll come back in a moment, tell you about the Balloon Fiesta, what's going on at the Balloon Museum, all that ahead here on the Morning Brew.